So here we are finally. Dear Deborah, that's a real pleasure to have you. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No. It's really a pleasure. And it was crazy because the last chat we had with the first ally since my adventure began, and you're the last one. So it's like, okay, it's
Wow.
the last that just came into the, the group. How do you say
Wonderful.
manada? Well, I was thinking about the word that didn't came to my mind. So my English sometimes is crazy, but
Nice.
anyway, I will try. Yeah. So
You,
how are you?
I have been well, all things considered. First of all, hello, Mexico. I miss you all so much. uh, we have a lot going up here in the United States, as you all have heard in the news. So it's been a frightening time to be a woman, and it's been a frightening time to be an artist, and it's been a frightening time to be an activist. The good news is that with allies like you, it helps us get through. So that I wanted to tell everybody who's watching this, thank you all for your support. Thank you. That means so much to all of us here. We're trying very hard to stand up and fight back while staying safe at the same time.
Yes,
So
of course. You have to. You
yeah,
must. To. Yeah.
yeah. So the support that we're getting from everyone globally has been so much appreciated. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, we understand because this wave, this dark wave, is coming down. I mean, it has always been here somehow, but now it's getting darker. So, yeah, I
Yeah,
know, I
yeah.
understand.
It's been in the shadows here for a long time, but now it's just like out there in the open.
Oh,
And every time that you turn on the news, you see more civil rights violations, and just the inhumanity is just it's rough. It's rough. So,
yeah, quite.
um, but the support of our allies. I know you have me listed as yours, but I feel like we're all in this together. So
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, allies in cinco cellular, that's the point. But we are allies the broader way of saying it.
Correct. Correct.
So, well, Debra Wright is an artist, first of all. She is the chief coordinator of the regional coordinators of the feminist art project. And lately, she has been a member of the A.I.R Gallery in New York. That's the pioneer gallery for women artists ever.
Yeah.
So it's a very good privilege for you to be
Yeah.
there. You will
Yes.
tell us about it. Yeah.
Yes.
So I wanted to talk about first you as an artist and how did you get into this collective work in favor of the women artists all around. First in the States, obviously, but yeah, you have been expanded with the Feminist Art Project, and it's very important. So it's not, even if it was born in New Jersey, I think, in Rutgers University.
Well, right.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes, it has branches all around,
Hmm.
and yes, and it's very, very, very good. I mean, slowly we are just going everywhere
Well, it's
in
a
our
built-in
speed.
community. Yeah, it's a built-in community, and that's where how you and I connected. Um, so with the Feminist Art Project, that was kind of an extension of my own personal art practice. Um, got back into the industry in 2016. I decided I was going to give this a legitimate go this time, and started exhibiting work locally. And I learned very quickly that women artists are in globally, we outnumber men 3-1. And we have a 30% representation rate in museums and in galleries. And on the average, we make 80 cents to every dollar that a man does. So very early on, I encountered, a lot of sexism in the industry, where I would organize an event and the men would come along and kind of push me to the side. A breaking point for me was I had curated an exhibition or curated an art event, and a male artist did not like a decision I made about what work he could display. And his response to that was to set my work on fire in a live stream on social media. Yes.
So he made a performance with your artwork.
Well, and you and I are tough women. We're strong. And I looked at that, and at first it was shocking, but at the same time, I said, okay, well, what am I going to do with this? So the next step was I curated an exhibition called Fuego, Women Set the World on Fire. And that was, as women artists, we take these bad situations and we force ourselves to grow from them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, we have to do it. So
yeah,
that's
we absolutely
how
have to.
you started. But how do you connect with Connie and all these women?
I had a mentor, Priscilla Latani. She's still very active with the Women's Caucus for Art in Northern California. And when I first met her, she was telling me about Women's Caucus for Art. I said, oh, what is that? And I said, wow, this sounds like a really great organization. So I joined up with that, and they're international. Women's Caucus is international. We have members all over the world. And as a result of that, there was the Feminist Art Project was looking for a new home because they were housed at Rutgers University in New Jersey, as you said. And they needed a new group to be housed under. So they started a partnership with Women's Caucus. And I got an email that said, hey, if you'd like to hear more, sign up and attend this meeting. And I instantly felt like I was home. So the goal of the Feminist Art Project is to make sure that we carve out our place in history. It's not so much a group that organizes art exhibitions for other artists, but we make sure, like you and I will post things about each other's art exhibitions. So it's carved forever in history. It's preserved for perpetuity in their archives. So, and that's an important part of what we do, because if we just keep doing the same things over and over again, that's great. That's wonderful. That helps to move the needle. But we need to have that permanent record. And so that's how I got involved with TFAP, and that's how I met you.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, you are my coordinator.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it was really nice because I was thinking of how I connect with Connie. And, and finally I got in there, and she named the Mexican coordinator and says, okay, one task more. It's okay. So I was already doing this promotion of many other artists all around.
Right.
So it was just I put that work into the wings, inside the wings of the project, and that's it. And we spread and we enlarge our visibility.
Yep.
For the first, no. So
I agree.
wish I could do more. I mean, but it's what it is.
Well, I take issue with that comment, because you are doing so much to move that needle. Sometimes I know with me, sometimes people have to say, wow, look at what you've done. So I'm here to tell you, I see everything that you're making happen. And that's like, I was telling a colleague of mine today, it's like, this is Elizabeth Ross. This is who I'm talking to tonight. And she's like, oh, wow. So, I mean, you're doing important work. Sometimes we get these blinders on because we're so focused on the mission, what we're doing, that
Yeah.
we have to take a step back and say, wow. So yeah, you're moving the needle. You
Yeah.
have mad respect for me for that.
No. But also there has not been enough feedback like this, for example, no? So if there's no feedback, you just work and do things and that, but you need also the response somehow. So they say, okay, yes, I'm doing right. And it's provoking things. No, so it's good. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, you absolutely, you're killing it. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. But we're kind of conditioned as women artists. I don't know if you found this. We're kind of conditioned to just assume we just have to keep churning the mill. We just have to keep going.
Yeah.
And on one hand, that's great because that gives us this incredible drive. We have this determination, we have this grit to keep moving. But at the same time, women artists have a high percent of burnout because we're constantly going. And you and I have talked about that it's important to take care of ourselves. The brightest flame burns the quickest. And we've talked about this before. It's easy to get overwhelmed.
Yes, we have. Yeah, we have. And also the burning out, it's like a common situation for everybody in these times. But for people like us, it's like a little bit more evident, no?
Yes.
So yeah, we have to sometimes stop and say, okay, 2 days I won't do other thing. That's a dream, of course. But we slow down a little. No, yes.
We rest for a while, but we don't quit.
No,
we never quit.
No, we can't. We can't. That's the point. I was yesterday with a friend, and she said, "Oh, I will retire in 5 years." And I said, "Well, you will be able to retire. That's good. That's great. I know I won't ever, until I die, until I couldn't move anymore. So then I die." Yeah, yeah. That's us. Yeah,
Well,
totally.
as creative women, though, I don't think I think me personally, and I don't know how this sounds to you, if this rings true, but I think as creative women, if we were ever told we couldn't do this anymore, oh, that would put me in the grave. I hope I hope I have the energy to keep doing the things that I'm doing. I really hope. And a big part of what we do is also there's reciprocity. We help each other out wherever we can. That takes all kinds of different shapes and sizes and forms. So, and you and I have done this. But it's important because the community that we have as feminists, as women artists, that's what sustains us. That's what keeps us whole. I never have to go into a room of women artists and worry about somebody, trying to push me aside to get ahead. I've knock wood not had that happen because we've all been in the shadows so long that now that we're coming out into the light, there's room for all of us. So I mean that's been a fuel that's kept me going for a long time. I like talking with you right now. I was exhausted before we got on this live stream, but I mean I feel energized. I probably won't fall asleep till 2 o'clock this morning because this connection is what keeps me going.
Right.
So
yes, me too. I was in Mexico City 3 hours ago, and with the Wi-Fi broken. So when I arrived, I said, "Okay, let's see if I have to go to somewhere." No, but that was working again. But yes, it was like exhausting. Yeah, that was so. So why not you show me and well, show us something about your work.
Sure, would love that.
Because I think
I'm
that your work is quite interesting, quite political and strong.
yes.
So
Thank
yes, I
you.
want to see. So let's see. I have this. Let's see. All right. I it wants to show us again. No, that's
Technology is not our friend
so
tonight.
it's not in our side now. Yeah, it's
Well,
terrible. Let's see. Let's try again.
okay.
Pantalla completa. Scheiße. No, they can't.
Well, that's
That's funny
okay.
because last time it was possible. So it just us there.
No.
Um,
Well, I'm afraid to try to pull up on my end with all of the chaos I had getting
yeah.
this set up. I don't want to. Wait,
Oh,
something's happening.
oh, what's that? No,
I don't
no,
know what that is.
no, no. Eternity, no. Yeah, the black hole. Yeah, well, talk us. Well, I have some images, two
Well,
or
we
three,
can.
but you talk
Okay.
about it. Yes, I will.
Okay.
See. Media. So introduce us in the meantime. In the meantime, to your work. Starting with the nest.
Okay. So the image that's on was on the graphic placeholder. Hold on just a
Yeah,
second. There it is.
yeah.
This work is yes. I am a found object installation and avant-garde artist. So this piece in particular is called Rated. The found objects, the sticks, the twigs, I fabricated a nest out of these twigs, and interwoven in between the sections of the nest are shredded pieces of United States currency. And what this represents is this piece was created when my father was ill, and we learned that he was a victim of financial abuse by another family member. So this other family member had attempted to steal all of his assets. So that piece was created as a response to that moment in my life, because with when we get older, we expect the people around us to trust them and take care of us.
To be
And
kind.
yeah, exactly. And so this was shocking when we learned the breadth of what had been done to him. Yeah, and there's a certain cycle to elder abuse. And looking back on it now, I can say, oh wow, that makes sense why he was made to be isolated from us. We couldn't figure out what was going on, and this was why. Money was definitely a factor. So that was created as a result of that. So it's called Rated because we talk about building up a nest egg for our senior years. And as you can see in this piece, there's only little tiny scraps of money that are left. So the nest egg has been rated.
Yes. Yeah, that's
So
powerful. And also, well, that's the personal meaning, but that has a
correct.
broader one. No?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously.
Yes.
So let's find another. Well, that's medium. Takes its time, huh?
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Working with the found materials. So I started out as a painter.
But
I
you
do
found
paint
a lot
occasionally.
of bullets. bullets.
Yeah. The found objects, I have to work harder for it. The work is definitely conceptual. So the execution, I like to try to keep a very clean, finished look to the end product. But these types of concepts build up over time. So this is called Love and Bullets, and it represents the downward cyclic nature of domestic violence. There is a cycle that begins with, there's an abusive cycle, then it's followed by gift giving, promises that I'll never do this again. Those promises are broken. It continues to get more intense. And so this cycle that can begin very benignly, can end very violently, resulting in death. So these are live rounds of ammunition. This cannot travel or be displayed in some galleries and venues because it is live ammo, but we have some very high caliber rifle rounds. So it's an attention getter, and it's a conversation starter. With my work, I've coined the phrase "the gap." From the time that your eye lands on an object, it takes 0.15 milliseconds for your brain to interpret what it is seeing. And I use that gap, that 0.15 seconds, as a point of entry, because our defenses are down when our brain is in the process of trying to understand what it's seeing. It's trying to discern what it's seeing. So I utilize that and I exploit it.
Yeah.
So my whole point is to present the viewer with a new way of looking at things, or to approach subject matter that is otherwise too difficult to discuss. So I try to start hard conversations with people.
Yeah, and you succeed. And I was thinking that about the domestic violence is not only inside the house, inside the home, but domestically in your country. No,
Yes.
because we have this big problem with you have with the weapons and free market of weapons. So it's really terrible.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and this also, I just have three. I'm sorry. I took a minute and a second and a half to realize what was it that you have these signals in the bullets. No, the God part of this I can really see. It's an eye. Yes.
Yes. This work is entitled Hive Mind. This was created in response to we have a gun culture in America that is, we have a lot of mass shootings here. There's at least 2 or 3 a week, and no one can put their finger on why that is. People do not want to talk about the fact that there's a prevalence of guns. I mean, lots of people have guns here, but there's also this mindset that, when I feel I am right, that, I can do whatever I want to someone else. So this work is entitled Hive Mind because hive mind in psychology is the group mindset. It's this overt collective way of thinking.
Yeah.
And oftentimes it's associated with it's kind of like a pack mentality. And guns are big business in this country.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a tie-in between the financial aspects, the financial gain that the firearms manufacturers obtain from the sale of these weapons that kill people every year. And there's a phrase here, God and guns. So this is kind of it's a protest piece to the, this never ending litany of mass shootings that are happening here at schools, at churches, at grocery stores. It just goes on and on and on, and no one is immune. No one is safe from it. And this
No,
kind of forces people to speak to the culture and what's fueling that culture. A lot of it is marketing by people who make profits off of the sale of firearms.
no, of course.
And I'm saying that as someone who has owned guns. I'm saying that as someone who I used to shoot competitively. And you look at these weapons and what they're capable of, and it goes back into that hive mind, that pack mentality. So that is the tie-in with that one. A lot of my work does use uncommon materials. I like things that have a very harsh connotation. Guns, razor blades, things that are kind of outside of what people are comfortable with, because the whole goal is to push people out of that zone so they start considering new ways of thinking.
Yes, and you have some artworks with these bullets, like
Yes.
this dying to be beautiful, for example. I am looking at it, and
Yep.
so this is the lipstick. Well, I have to
Yes.
download
Dying to be.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but tell us about the wings that are behind you.
The wings that are behind me are a 10-foot wide pair of wings that were fabricated. I was requested to be a guest lecturer and an artist in residence at a community college here where I live. And they asked me to do a hands-on activity with the students. So something that's very important to me is speaking about social justice issues. Everybody has heard about George Floyd, the whole Black Lives Matter movement. I mean, those types of atrocities have been going on long before people had a way to film and document them. So in working with the students, I wanted to do something that was meaningful, something that would start conversations about how we can address police violence.
Yeah.
And I found a database that had recorded, I think it goes back to 2001 or 2002. It's called Mapping Police Violence. It's by a 501c3 group. They're a community action group. And it's a spreadsheet that records all of the data that pertains to every murder that has occurred at the hands of the police. And this database is massive. I mean, I forget how many thousands of names are on this database. It was more than what I could work with the students with the time that I had. So I drilled down on it and looked at just individuals who were having a mental health crisis and who were shot while they were fleeing the police. So they're running away from the police. They are clearly in a mental health crisis, and they are shot and killed by police officers. So this set of wings is 10 feet across. The feathers on the wings are made from toe tags, like used to be attached to people in the morgues. Now up here, they do everything with a QR code, so everything's computer coded. I'm sure some jurisdictions still use those tags. What's that?
They tie the tags on the toes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So some small jurisdictions still use those tags. A lot of, like up here, they have a scanner. They attach a barcode to the body. But so the students actually sat down with me and wrote the names and the information, because there's power in saying someone's name in remembrance.
Of course.
That brings their memory back. So we created these 10-foot, each one is 5 feet across, because it was a way to memorialize that, but it was also a way to start conversations. And the whole goal of the work was when people walk by it, we've all walked around and we've all seen the wing murals. They're all over the place. They're ubiquitous. And people go up and take selfies in front of the wing mural.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted with this, because people say, oh, a selfie spot. And then it stops them in their tracks because they say, oh, holy cow, these are the names of the deceased. And then it starts them thinking about the names that are on these wings. Yeah. So it was probably one of the most important things I've ever done in my life, because it started these conversations with these young people, these college students, about what can we do to keep this from happening? How can we help people feel safe when they're having a crisis? Can we train officers to do a better job? Is this asking too much of them? Do we need to give them some kind of support for when somebody's having a mental health crisis? So it was very productive. The graphic was sanitized by the provost at the college, because they thought it would be too shocking if they showed an image of it as it stands. So they had these little cartoony wings, but it was too late because the kids had gotten hold of it and were sending out pictures as they were making it. So we had no room in opening that night. It was packed. So that's what I do. That's what I do.
That's great. That beginning that kind of conversations is not easy. It's complex. It's it puts people to face things that they don't want to see. They want to forget, and you put it in the face. So you make it collectively. That's the best part of it, also.
Well, this is going to sound selfish, but I kind of needed to see and hear what these young people, what they thought about it, and the great ideas they had about what we can do about it. I needed that because I was feeling so frustrated after getting this project put together. Yes. And that gave me so much hope. That there's these young people, they really, these are important issues to them. So that's selfish, but I think I needed to do this project more than they did. I needed to know, wow, these kids have a good sense of direction on this. So
that was perfect. Thank you for that, because yes, young people need to have that kind of, I don't know, of knowledge of life. Not everything's nice and easy. So I just downloaded some of the pictures in your website, and there's like 2 parts. No, the ones that have to do, well, all are related, of course, but the ones to have to do with the dollar, with the bill, like the tanga. How you say tanga? G-string. Yes. That's more. I don't know. Narrative, no? You can learn the narrative of this kind of G-string. Very good.
I started out as a seamstress. So this piece is called Money Shot. It gets a lot of attention. I will work in a series with as you've noticed, I'll work in a series. I'll work with bullets for a time. Then I'll work with natural materials that I find in nature for a time. And will work with currency. So this is a fully functional undergarment that is made from American currency. And the term money shot is, that's a term that's used in adult films for when the male climaxes, because that's the money shot. That's what everybody pays to see. So, but this depicts a lot, and it gets a lot of attention. So it has to do with the power dynamic between males and females, between sex workers and the patrons that they serve, who's really, what's that power dynamic? What's that equation? But yeah, it's a fully functional pair of panties. It's a G-string, so
Yeah, it is a G-string thing. Yes. Um, let's see another one. Around the same same subject. Yes, it's this. Too much. Wrong. Well, related.
Yeah, this one is called alter ego, and that is it's a dress form, which again, seamstress. I had one. A young artist that I knew, her fiance cheated on her like 2 weeks before their wedding, so she called it off, and she had this wedding dress. And she said, I don't know what to do with it. And I said, well, let's make some art with it. So this piece, it's not depicted in the image there, but those are dog chains and construction chains that are padlocked together. So there's a choking mechanism around the neck. This does have a little bit of a, bondage dynamic to it. But when it's gone on view, I actually anchor the work down with more chains and cinder blocks. So, it has to do with the ownership that's affiliated with, when some people take the vow. Sometimes they feel as if they're being dominated, their wings are clipped. There's also an aspect to it that sometimes, if you want the milk, you got to buy the cow. So there's a chastity belt aspect to it. It's open for interpretation to however the viewer wishes to see it. Nobody sees this the same way. Some people will look at it and say, "Oh, wow, that's a very sexualized piece." Other people will say it speaks to chastity, and other people will say it speaks to like
Slave.
yes. So the young artist who gave me the dress, we still at some point in time we're going to place this on a wooden bodice that will burn, because this one's a plastic and polyester, so you don't want to set that on fire. But at some point in time this will be set on fire. Whenever she's ready to do that, we're gonna light it up and we'll get video. So,
Yeah. Put the world on fire.
yes.
Another one. So this is a slow thing, but anyway, that's what we have.
Yeah, and I can't apologize enough. I'm afraid if I pull up a screen on this, I might drop my
Don't
audio.
worry, don't worry, it's okay. That's impressive.
Resurrection. Yep. So this is a paper butterfly. A paper butterfly, and those are syringes. You can buy those anywhere.
Yeah.
This piece speaks to opioid addiction. The piece that, as an artist, I'm sure you've experienced this, where we call them artifacts, where something magical happens during the creation of a piece that you didn't set out to make happen, but it just occurs. So I had these paper butterflies in studio, and I'm pinning them down, and I had the idea of, when people collect butterflies, they attach them to the board with the little pins. So they take this living, beautiful thing, they allow it to die, and they pin it to this board. So I'm pinning it down with these. I knew I wanted to do something that spoke to heroin addiction. And I'm pinning them down. And first time it goes down, it taps right into the veins on the butterfly. And that was not intended. So that's, that stops you in your tracks when that happens. So as I'm pinning these things down just at random, it just happens to hit the exact spot. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was not intended. But it speaks to, again, this is another one that's open to viewer interpretation. The butterfly is a symbol of eternal life. So I've had people come in and see this in studio. This is a photograph that goes up of this because I don't want syringes hanging out
Yeah, of
in a
course.
gallery.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've had people come up who say, this really showed me that this person who I lost to, they overdosed. It gives me hope that their spirit's now free. Other people view it as, they've received a second chance. They see something beautiful that comes out of recovery from addiction. So yeah, this piece evokes a lot of feelings in people. And the paper butterfly is actually a beautiful bright blue. But I felt it had more impact whenever I turned it to
Black and white.
grayscale. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that maybe you could put some ink on the syringes, and as they were in the veins, just to
Hmm.
inject the black ink so it turned black.
Yep.
That's what I thought at the first glance. And also, I am impressed with the head of this butterfly.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's really creepy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, yeah, but that's a real another of the real problems in the states, huh? The drug
Yes.
addiction. Yeah,
Yes. Oh, yes. And see, I am anti-capitalist, which is kind of strange because I make pieces that address, the nature of greed. Um, and at the same time, these pieces turn around and sell. So I'm oftentimes conflicted. So what I will do is I will take and I'll donate back to a certain cause, like this. When this work sells, a portion or all of the proceeds go to organizations that give people free drug treatment or sliding scale
yeah,
drug treatment.
yeah,
Or up here, a big one is there's a group that gives out free Narcan. That's the kind of stuff that I support.
yeah.
So,
But you also need to earn money from your work, so
right,
you
right,
divide it.
and right, and it's taken me a while to see the serendipity in it, but it's almost like something pulls me in one direction, and if I give back in that way, it comes in some other way. Like during the pandemic, for example, as a seamstress, I was stuck in the house and I sat to work and I started making masks for everybody. And I was just giving them away freely. I had all this, fabric remnants, and I gave a bunch of masks to this one neighbor, and I opened up my door the next morning, and there's 20 pounds of homegrown potatoes on my step.
Oh,
And I'm like,
nice,
okay, I'll take this.
great.
I'll take potatoes as payment. That's great.
Yeah, of course.
So,
That's good.
so
Yeah, that's
it,
good to have that community
yeah,
to to be
that's
served.
important.
Yeah,
And it's like I wish I lived right around the corner from you, because we would be such partners in crime, so to speak, on
yeah,
that
yes,
kind of stuff.
yes.
You
We are.
know,
Yeah, we have
we
to break that barrier.
yeah,
So
we see the value in people, and we see the value in community.
yes,
And when everything else is hitting the fan, it's like we know we've got each other's back. So
yeah,
that's important.
yeah. That's important, and that's something I am missing in this place where I'm living now, because
Hmm.
it's really I don't know, far away from everything. From everything I say, that's not true. I mean, there are things, but yes, I haven't find my community here. So it's. But anyway,
And
so tell me.
a virtual community is great, but it's like I said, I wish I lived a
Yes,
half a mile down the
we need
road from
to
you.
touch and to
Yeah,
see in front. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right.
So, yeah. So this one.
Ah,
Oh,
Well, this is called the space race, and there is text that is inscribed on it. It's a feminine hygiene napkin that I took a typewriter and typed on, because typewritten texts on an actual typewriter are very retro. And it says that the same year that we were preparing to send a man to the moon, women in America were being told that they would catch a cold if they went swimming when they were on their period, or would ruin their ovaries if they pushed a lawnmower. And those are true facts, because we were preparing to send a man to the moon, and women were being told
future and
incorrect
past.
information. Yep.
Yeah.
About their own bodies.
Yeah.
So this is to start conversations about, about the oppression of women historically, and also how, my mom is the one who told me, she came home one day, she got out of work early, and she came home, and I was outside mowing the grass, and she had a fit. She said, "You're going to ruin your ovaries pushing the lawnmower." And I'm like, no, that's not true. But that's what she'd been taught.
Yes.
And, so a lot of that comes with how educated women were allowed to be, how much we were supposed to know. Yeah, I mean, it's
just quiet. We have a saying here that it's calladita te ves más bonita. No, silent. You keep silent and you look more beautiful.
Look pretty. Yep.
More pretty. Yep. More. If you shut down, you look wonderful. If you start talking, you're like a witch. Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Yep. Let's show another one. Here. Media. I think this is the last one.
Okay. Okay. The work is entitled Transience. And again, this working in those series, this is natural materials. What I did was I took I started out the series cutting a rose each day. So each day a new rose was cut fresh. And so by the time we finished the series, the first one that was cut had withered and died. And it just represents the stages of aging, the transient nature of life in general, the impermanence. And it also speaks to finding beauty in all of those stages. Just because something is fresh and new and young doesn't necessarily mean it's not beautiful. And it has to do with accepting the stages of life and kind of embracing those and just accepting that this is the trajectory our life is on, and it's not a bad thing. Sometimes when you run from it, it makes it feel worse. So, I mean, I've embraced the aging process completely. I'm like, didn't think I'd live this long. I wish I had the energy I had 20 years ago, but we can see beauty in all stages of things.
There is beauty in all stages.
There is.
There is power in all stages.
Yep. Agree with you completely. Yep.
Yeah. So good.
This has been an absolute blast. I have enjoyed talking to you so much, Elizabeth. You're a Wonder Woman. Really. You really are.
No.
I wish I could open up my front door and give you a hug right now. I really do. I love everything you're doing. Yep.
Yes. I think that we were talking about the sisters and the community we have built around, and really most of my community it's abroad. It's so nice. I don't know, because I think that I have moved a lot. I'm a nomad, so I stayed
Uh-huh.
in one place some years, and then I move, and then I move again, and so like that. So that's why I think that I haven't been able to have a friend for 15, 50 years. No, but
Mhm.
anyway, my friends and my people is around the world, so it's wonderful.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. That's yeah, you know people everywhere. It's like everywhere. You throw a dart at a map and I know you know somebody where it lands. I know you do.
Yeah, and I was yesterday and this morning with Mona El Tahawi. You know her?
Okay. Uh-huh.
She is this feminist, Egyptian feminist that lives in New York. And she was here
Yep.
in
Oh
Mexico.
wow, I didn't know
Yes,
that.
yes,
Oh,
and
awesome.
she came to for a seminar and gave a talk, two talks. And I knew about that she was here on Monday, and she was at my friend's house, one of my friend's house. I said, How come?" So I went to have dinner with them yesterday night,
Awesome.
and she has a motto that is the feminist must be savage, wild, and dangerous to make things really happen and change.
Yep.
So it sounds like terrible and violent, but no, it's true.
No.
Fuck the
No.
patriarchy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah,
we just keep lighting it up. We just have to keep going.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Yes, and break all these barriers that they insist and put it on the face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, a lot of it too is making opportunities for one another.
yes,
And that's I feel like with what you and I both do in our respective regions, just the trying to make that example for the ones coming up after us. It's oh God, I hope I live long enough to see them at our age. I really do. Because it's we're knocking down barriers, we're creating opportunities, and it's like we're not passing the torch to the next generation. We're walking right with them. I hope I can see how far they take this thing. Because there's days when I feel like,
yeah,
we have how far we still have to go, but then there's other times when it's like, wow, we're really making stuff happen. So that feels good.
yeah.
So
And that's like we have this the energy, the opposite energy of what is happening around the world with this, you know, this evil that's around.
yeah,
So, well, we have to push and
yep.
keep on and push, 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 and gather with everybody and keep on. Yeah, that's the only way. But you're a girl. You're very young. You look,
No.
yeah, you're really good.
Well, thank you. I'm getting up there, and I look younger than I am. I feel older than I am sometimes, but that's okay. I drink a lot of coffee.
Me too, me too. I have some friends who said that sometimes you look like an 18-year-old and sometimes you look like an old witch. I said, I am. I really am. Yes.
Oh boy.
Okay. So has been really, really a great time talking with you. And well, knowing about your work from your words, and your meaning and what was that made you just express these important issues in our lives, and not only in the States, everywhere. No, because it affects everybody. I
Yeah.
mean, this violent pack mind that well, not you, but
Yeah.
this your country affects all the world, and we are seeing now. Yeah. So,
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the one big takeaway that I would like to make sure everyone knows tonight is that no matter what you hear broadcast on the news, the majority of us are not on board with what is happening here.
Yeah, I know.
Well, okay, good, because that's we have friends in the organization who are up in Canada, who one of them told me it's like, wow, we only see these certain things on the news where we are, and it's like, no, that reporting's not accurate.
So it's a big resistance in the States,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
Yep. So I appreciate that so much, that you guys, everybody support.
Yeah, of course. You have.
Well, thank you so much for having me. This has been an absolute blast.
Yeah, it has been, and it will go on.
Yes.
Well, this talk will keep being in the YouTube of that thing that eats everything. No, but
Yeah.
that's the only way by now. So we
Yeah.
have it, and I will send you the link. Well, yeah, so you can have it.
Absolutely.
Yes, and thank you very much. And we are, we're in touch, and we are doing things, and we are coordinating for the feminist art project. I can say the others. And yeah, keep doing.
Okay, excellent. And we'll talk more soon, so I can see how I can support, how I can be a good ally to you all too. Okay.
Okay. Yes, we will build something slowly. Yes.
Wonderful. All right. Hey, thank you so much, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much, Debra. And,
all right. Take
care.
care.
You
all
too.
right.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Good night.